The search for a new offensive identity in Philadelphia has finally reached its conclusion, ending weeks of speculation about which direction this franchise would take to revitalize its scoring attack. It is a move that signals a clear desire for a fresh perspective, prioritizing a specific type of intellectual approach to the game that the front office believes has been missing. I have spent the last few days checking in with sources around the league, and while many expected a veteran retread, the Eagles are instead betting on a sharp, rising mind to take the reins of this high-powered unit. The Philadelphia Eagles have officially named Sean Mannion as their new offensive coordinator. Head coach Nick Sirianni made it clear that this decision was driven by a need for explosive potential and a brand new dynamic as they look ahead to the 2026 season. Now, we have seen these types of hires before, where a former quarterback with a deep understanding of the whiteboard gets the keys to the kingdom. But the timing here is particularly interesting, given the pressure on the current coaching staff to deliver immediate results. Mannion brings a reputation for being a cerebral student of the game, someone who has spent years in meeting rooms dissecting coverages and understanding the nuances of timing and spacing. Sirianni is looking for a spark, a way to evolve the offense beyond the predictable patterns that have occasionally plagued them in high-stakes moments. This is not just about changing the plays on the sheet, it is about changing the philosophy of how they attack the modern defense. Before we dive deeper into what this means for the roster and the tactical implications of these staff changes, I want to invite you to join our community. If you appreciate this kind of measured, fact-based analysis without the usual social media noise, consider subscribing to the channel. It is the best way to stay informed on the moves that actually matter.
When you look at the landscape of the league, the transition from player or assistant to a primary play caller is never a guaranteed success, but Sean Mannion has long been viewed by his peers as a coach on the field. The analysis here is simple. The Eagles are moving away from a traditional, perhaps more rigid structure in favor of a system that emphasizes adaptability and quick processing. In my conversations with those familiar with Mannion's approach, the word that keeps coming up is preparation. He is known for an obsessive attention to detail, which should, in theory, help iron out the communication issues we saw at times last season. From a tactical standpoint, expect to see a heavier emphasis on pre-snap motion and creating mismatches that allow their primary playmakers to operate in space. For Nick Sirianni, this is a calculated risk. He is hitching his wagon to a coordinator who lacks a long resume of play calling, but possesses a high ceiling for innovation. In the short term, the locker room will need to buy into a new set of terminologies and a different rhythm in practice. The implications for the quarterback room are significant. Having a coordinator who recently navigated the league as a player can bridge the gap between theoretical game planning and the reality of a collapsing pocket. My take on this is one of cautious optimism. It is a bold hire that avoids the safe, boring choice, but the margin for error in Philadelphia is notoriously thin. The 2026 season is already shaping up to be a defining chapter for this era of Eagles football. I want to hear from you on this one. Do you believe Sean Mannion is the right mind to unlock the full explosive potential of this offense, or would you have preferred a more experienced hand? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the league's biggest moves.